Hello, my name is Huda Syyed, and I am currently a PhD candidate at Charles Darwin University. My research title is Political Invisibility of Female Genital Cutting in Pakistan, Understanding this Tradition and its Implications on Women in the Dawoodi Bohra Community. It explores female genital cutting, or FGC, among Dawoodi Bohra Muslim women from a uniquely Pakistani perspective. I'm being supervised by Dr. Nathan Franklin, Dr. Kate McFarlane, and Dr. Carol Keane. I acknowledge and pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the lands upon which I am speaking today. To start off, I would like to provide some background information. FGC is an alteration or modification of the female genitalia for non-therapeutic and non-medical purposes. The World Health Organization categorizes it into 4 typologies. Dawoodi Bohras are a small community of Shiite Muslims who usually perform typology 1, which is removal of the clitoral hood of girls aged 6 to 7 years. It is practiced due to culture, religion, social norms, sexual control, and rite of passage. Many countries in Africa and the Middle East receive international attention to eradicate it. However, Pakistan remains largely neglected in this area because the practice is not politically or socially acknowledged by the government or activist groups. No nationally representative data is available to assist with Sustainable Development Goal number 5, which includes elimination of FGC by the year 2030. Most people in Pakistan are unaware of this practice because it is very secretive. There is no major dialogue about it. Even in Pakistani academic spheres, there are little to no in-depth studies available. The limited literature available discusses surveys conducted through non-Pakistani sources or Indian non-profit organizations. Gray literature in the form of theses, news articles, and blogs attempt to discuss the practice. Only one Word document on the Institute for Social Justice website briefly mentions the National Action Plan for Children, which was never implemented by the Pakistani government. To the best of my knowledge, this will be one of the first qualitative in-depth methodologies with a unique sample size and special focus on Dawoodi Bohra women in Pakistan. My research study bridges this gap by exploring the socio-political invisibility of FGC through a Pakistani lens. The research objective is to frame an understanding of FGC and identify its ongoing implications under the current politico-religious climate and gendered culture in Pakistan. This will be achieved through the following research questions. 1. How frequent is the practice today, and whether there is a division of views about FGC among Dawoodi Bohra women? This question will uncover the prevalence of FGC and understand the reasoning for women who support it and are against it. This will allow insight into how religious interpretation, shame surrounding women's bodies, and Pakistan's treatment of women creates a conducive environment for FGC. 2. Are political Islam and cultural gender roles the main agents in the continuation and secrecy of FGC among Dawoodi Bohras in Pakistan? This will explain how secrecy and communal beliefs about FGC are solidified by not only the community, but Pakistan's overall socio-political patriarchal control of women's bodies in private and public spaces. Furthermore, question 3 will probe into further understanding of FGC type 1 removal of the clitoral hood and how it is viewed as a religious obligation, therefore allowing for more study on the most understudied typology. ACSPRI fellowship and its associated courses about qualitative methodology and public policy will help me frame my thesis into a thorough recommendation on FGC data in Pakistan. The fellowship grant would play an important role during the data analysis stage in helping me acquire skills and relevant tools through trainings and workshops so that I can present this data in a communicable way. It integrates an ethnographic and phenomenological element and employs experiential data from participants. Using a qualitative methodology with semi-structured interviews, it incorporates 2 languages, Urdu and English, to explore culturally nuanced terminologies and euphemistic elements that are integral to the practice and its sustenance. The data collection is ongoing and treated with cultural integrity. Its sample size is somewhere between 15 to 20 participants, and the interviews so far have used safe audio-video format. It employs a listener approach and appreciates that participants' lived experiences through reflexivity and positionality minimize researcher bias, therefore developing understanding of their situatedness. Virginia Braun and Victoria Clark's work on thematic analysis is used as a guide to analyze data in vivo before being integrated into thesis chapters and further publications for the public. The methodology is divided into 3 phases. Phase A is the data collection process, which includes recruitment or call for participants through network connections, community ties, and snowballing technique. Phase B is informed consent and debriefing and interviewing. Phase C is data analysis with in vivo software. Ultimately, this research will serve as a building point of data collection on FGC in Pakistan and will help frame recommendations with policy impact for women in the near future. It will create space for FGC in the policy discourse and serve as an example of culturally sensitive methodology. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time and considering my application.